60% in our last 20 board member package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also hitting at 65% for the entire college football season on that website, which is pretty good. So if you have any more questions or want some more information, link for that site is in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, the Islanders take on the Canadiens. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Montreal. The Canadiens are the $1.25 favorite. Totals at 6. We saw a nickel move toward Montreal and movement upward on the total. The Canadiens open $1.20 up to -125. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 64% are leaning Islanders. 65% shaded toward the over. Right now New York is +105 on the money line. Montreal +$2 on the puck line. We have Carey Price for the Canadiens. Tom Greiss for the Islanders. Greiss comes into this game with a 10-2 record, 210 goals against, and a .931 save percentage for the Islanders. New York's 18-5-2 on the year, 7-3-1 on the road. They rank in the top 3 in goals allowed, top 10 in shots allowed on the road. Matt Barzal has 23 points on the year, 10 goals. He is also +13. Brock Nelson, 8 goals, 12 assists for him. Meanwhile, Montreal, they are right in the middle of a 8-game losing streak. They also rank in the bottom 3 in goals allowed. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Islanders +105 and the over 6 goals in that matchup. Next contest, Minnesota taking on the Panthers. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Florida. The Panthers are -135. Totals at 6. We saw a 10-cent fade of Florida. No movement on the total as of yet. The Panthers open as the $1.45 favorite, down to -135. Totals at 6. 72% are leaning Florida, 73% shaded toward the over. Right now, Minnesota's +$1.15 on the money line. Florida +$1.70, laying the goal and a half. We have Chris Driedger for Florida, Alex Stalock for Minnesota. Now, the Panthers are 7-3-2 at home this year, top 5 in scoring. Huberdeau, Dadonov, and Hoffman all have 10 goals apiece for the Panthers. Alex Barkov, 31 points, 23 assists for him. Now, Minnesota, on the other side, just 5-10-2 away from home. They rank in the bottom 10 in road scoring, bottom 10 in goals allowed, bottom 10 in offensive shots on the road as well. Now, total-wise, Florida's 19-7 to the over on the year. They're also 10-2 to the over at home. I'm going to lean Florida Panthers, -135, and the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Hurricanes taking on the Bruins, 7 o'clock Boston. The Bruins are -$1.50, totals at 6. 73% are leaning Bruins, 59% shaded toward the over. Right now, Carolina's +135 on the money line. Boston +$1.65 on the puck line. We have Tuukka Rask for the Bruins, Peter Mrazek for the Hurricanes. Tuukka Rask is 13-2-2 on the year, 204 goals against, .933 save percentage. The Bruins are 11-0-4 at home this year, top 10 in home scoring. They're also on a nice 7-game winning streak. They are 19-3-5 overall for the year. Drew Pasternak, unstoppable. 25 goals on the year, 42 points. He's +12. And Brad Marchand actually has more points than Pasternak. He's got 45 points on the year, 25 assists. He's +19. Carolina just 6-8 against the spread on the road. They lost 2 out of their last 3 as well. Total-wise, the Hurricanes 8-6 to the under in their last 14 when traveling. Boston 60% to the under at home. I'm going to lean Bruins -$1.50 and the under 6 goals in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Tuesday's NHL action. But before we go ahead and dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we're currently hitting at 60% in our last 20 board member package plays on that website. We're also hitting at a astonishing 65% for the entire college football season on that website as well. That is unheard of. We do daily plays on that site beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And at the end of this program, I'm going to do my best to explain to you the difference between what I do here on YouTube and that Patreon page. But I'll tell you this much. My Patreon record is very good, and you can check out that record for free right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Maple Leafs taking on the Flyers. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop at the Wells Fargo Center in South Philly. Toronto's minus $1.20 on the road, total 6.5. We saw a nickel move toward Toronto. No movement on the total as of yet. No respect for the Flyers. Toronto opened $1.15 up to minus 120. Total 6.5. 61% are leaning Toronto. 65% shaded toward the over. Right now the Flyers are catching even money on the money line. Toronto plus 210 laying the goal and a half. We have Freddie Anderson for the Leafs. Carter Hart for the Flyers. Hart comes into this game with an 8-5-1 record, 243 goals against, 906 save percentage. Phillies 8-1-4 at home. That's 8. Phillies 8-1-4 at home. There we go. Spit it out, Brock. Once again, Philly 8-1-4 at home, 8-5 against the spread in those 13 games. They're right in the middle of a 4-game winning streak. They're ranked in the top 10 in offensive shots. Oscar Lindblom, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points. Travis Konechny, 25 points, 16 assists, 9 goals on the year for Travis. Philly ranks in the top 10 in goals allowed, top 5 in shots allowed, top 3 in home offensive shots as well. Now, Toronto is kind of struggling on the road this year. Winners in just 6 out of 14 games away from home. They're also just 4-6 straight up in their last 10 at any location. They rank in the bottom 10 in goals allowed, bottom 5 in shots allowed. When it comes to the total, Toronto's 9-5 to the over. When traveling, I'm leaning toward the home dog in this one. Give me the Flyers catching even money in the over 6.5 in that game. Next matchup, it is going to be Coyotes taking on the Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Columbus. The Blue Jackets are the $1.25 favorite at home. Total's 5.5. We saw a 10-cent move towards CBJ. No movement on the total as of yet. The Blue Jackets opened $1.15 up to $1.25. Total's 5.5. 67% are leaning Arizona. 55% shaded toward the over. Right now the Coyotes are plus 105 on the money line. Columbus plus 220, laying the goal and a half. We have Joonas Korpisalo for the Blue Jackets, Darcy Kemper for Arizona. Kemper's 10-6-2 on the year, 197 goals against, and a 935 save percentage. Arizona's 8-3-3 away from home, 11-3 against the spread in those games. They rank in the top 3 in goals allowed. Connor Garland, 10 goals, 15 points on the year. Nick Schmaltz, 20 points, 15 assists for Arizona. Now, Columbus on the other side, not very good on the puck line at home. They covered just 6 out of 15 games at home in regard to the puck line. 6-9 ATS at home. 2-3 straight up in their last 5. Bottom 3 in scoring, the ranking. When it comes to the total, Columbus is 16-10 to the under for the season. 10-5 to the under at home. Arizona, 18-10 to the under thus far in the year. 10-4 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Arizona plus 105 in the under, 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Golden Knights taking on the Devils. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Newark, New Jersey. This game's currently off the board. Mackenzie Blackwood expected for the Devils. Garrett Sparks expected for the Golden Knights. Now Mackenzie Blackwood comes into this game with a 312 goals against and an 898 save percentage. The Devils have dropped 5 out of their last 7. They rank in the bottom 5 in scoring, bottom 3 in goals allowed. The Golden Knights on the other side, right in the middle of a 3-game winning streak. They rank in the top 10 in offensive shots, top 5 in goals allowed on the road. Riley Smith has 12 goals on the year, 20 points. He's plus 6. Max Pacioretty, 26 points on the year, 16 assists, and 10 goals. When it comes to the total, New Jersey's 8-6 to the over at home. I'm going to lean Golden Knights winning this one outright for some money line cash and the over in that game. Next matchup, Tampa Bay taking on the Preds. 8 o'clock Nashville. The Predators are minus 115, totals at 6.5. We saw a nickel move toward Nashville. No movement on the total as of yet. The Preds open $1.15 up to minus 115, total 6.5. 72% are leaning Tampa Bay, 55% shaded toward the over. Right now the Lightning are plus 101 on the money line. Nashville plus 205, laying the goal and a half. We have Pecorine for the Preds, Vasilevsky for the Lightning. Now Rene comes into this game for Nashville, 9-4-3 record, 284 goals against. Nashville's won 3 out of their last 5 games. They rank in the top 10 in scoring, top 5 in offensive shots. Forsberg and Bonino have 10 goals apiece. Roman Josi, 24 points on the year, 17 assists, 7 goals. This Nashville team also ranks in the top 3 in shots allowed, top 10 in offensive shots at home as well. Now Tampa Bay, 15-9 to the over thus far in the year. I'm going to lean Predators minus $1.15 and the over 6.5 in that contest. Next game, Dallas taking on Winnipeg. 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop at the Jets. Dallas is minus $1.15, totals 5.5. Saw a 10-cent move toward Dallas in the early betting. The Stars open $1.05 up to minus 115, totals 5.5. 54% are leaning Winnipeg, 57% shaded toward the over. Right now the Jets are catching even money on the money line. Dallas plus 235 on the puck line. We have Anton Hudobin for Dallas, Connor Hellebuck for the Jets. Hellebuck's 13-7-2 on the year, 223 goals against, 933 save percentage. Winnipeg's won 3 out of their last 4 games. They're also 6-2 straight up in their last 8. They rank the top 10 in goals allowed thus far in the season. Nick Ehlers has 12 goals, 8 assists, 20 points. Patrick Laine, 25 points on the year, 18 assists, 7 goals. Dallas on the other side, 3-game skid for them currently. They're also 6-2 away from home, bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 3 in offensive shots on the road. Now, total-wise, Dallas is 9-5 to the under when traveling. Winnipeg 9-3 to the under in the friendly confines. I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me Winnipeg catching even money in the under 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Ottawa taking on the Canucks. 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Vancouver. The Canucks are minus 170, total 6.5. We saw a 20-cent fade of Vancouver and movement upward on the total. The Canucks open $1.90, down to minus 170. Total open 6, up to 6.5. 75% are leaning Vancouver, 83% shaded toward the over. Right now, Ottawa's plus 150 on the money line. Vancouver plus $1.60 on the puck line. We have Thatcher Demko for the Canucks. Anders Nilsson for the Senators. Demko comes into this game for Vancouver with a 5-4 record, 291 goals against, and a 907 save percentage. Vancouver ranks in the top 3 in home scoring. JT Miller has 12 goals on the year, 16 assists, 28 points. And Eli Pettersson, 31 points on the year, 20 assists, 11 goals for him. Now Ottawa on the other side, really struggling away from home this year. Winners in just 4 out of 15 when traveling. They're also right in the middle of a 4-game losing streak. They rank in the bottom 3 in scoring, bottom 5 in goals allowed on the road. Now, total-wise, Ottawa's 17-10 to the under on the year. Give me the Canucks minus 170 and the under 6.5 in that game. And I'm going to slide to my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Capitals, Sharks, 10:30 San Jose. The Caps are the $1.25 favorite, total 6.5. We saw a 10-cent move toward Washington in the early betting. No movement on the total as of yet. The Caps open $1.15 up to $1.25. Total 6.5. 75% are leaning Washington, 74% shaded toward the over. Right now, San Jose's plus 105 on the money line. The Caps plus $1.95 on the puck line. We have Braden Holtby for the Caps, Martin Jones for the Sharks. Jones comes into this matchup with a 303 goals against and an 896 save percentage. Holtby on the other side, much better. 13-2 on the year, 286 goals against, 909 save percentage. San Jose's just 6-9 against the spread at home, and of course, when I refer to the spread, I'm referring to the puck line. They also rank in the bottom 3 in offensive shots, bottom 10 in goals allowed. San Jose's dropped 8 out of their last 13 as the official Vegas underdog as well. They rank in the bottom 3 in offensive shots at home, bottom 10 in goals allowed at home as well. The Capitals on the other side, top 3 in scoring, 11-2-1 on the road, first in road scoring, top 10 in road goals allowed. Alex Ovechkin, 20 goals on the year, 31 points. John Carlson, 29 assists, 8 goals, 37 points. Carlson's also plus 16 on the season. Now, total-wise, Washington's 19-9 to the over on the year. Give me the Capitals, minus 125, and the over 6.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our quick, thick recap. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we're currently hitting at 60% in our last 20 board member package plays on that website. I like Washington minus 125, over 6.5. Vancouver minus 170, under 6.5. Nashville minus 115, over 6.5. Winnipeg catching even money in the under 5.5. Vegas Golden Knights on the money line over the total. Philadelphia catching even money over 6.5. Islanders plus 105 over 6 goals. Florida minus 135 over 6 goals. Boston minus 150 under 6 goals. And last but certainly not least, I like Arizona plus 105 in the under 5.5 in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we are hitting at 60% in our last 20 board member package plays on that website. We're also hitting at 65% for the entire college football season on that site as well. We do daily premium selections on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to on that site as well. Now, a lot of folks who ask me what's the difference between your Patreon page and what you do here on YouTube, and that's a great question. What we do here on YouTube is we handicap every single game, both the side and the total. And if you were to bet your hard-earned money on every single game, side and total, you will 100% guaranteed lose in the long run, and you'll probably end up losing in the short run as well. The books are too sharp, they're too smart, they have too much money, the math is always against you. So what we do on Patreon is we really narrow it down and focus in on 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage selections, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current record on Patreon is a lot better than it is on YouTube. And you can check out that current record for free right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on patreon.com/BrockPage.